That's just... In the parking lot, still got that Glock cocked. Anyway, welcome to the podcast on Appreciate Wrestling Fans. It's Saturday, it's uncensored, and it's uncouth. I'm joined today, like always, with Mr. D-Walk. How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How you doing?
And the historian and the person that gets the most button now than D-Walk. It's kind of amazing. Joe BNCO.
You told me to get the lube out, so I was lubing my microphone up, getting it ready.
And here we go. We're not gonna set the buttons, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm joined by the mysterious, the sultrous, like that's not even a word. Sultrous? Sultry.
Sultry.
Yeah. Sulfured. Karrion, Invisible Woman.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. This is gonna be a wild one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe, you been making me look like a saint for the past couple of episodes.
D-Walk, don't get boy.
Both of you
motherfuckers have been hitting that shit hard and raw. And I'll hit that button. I'll hit that button. I'll hit it.
And raw.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're saying it right now. All opinions are to each their own.
Oh, the disclaimer?
Yeah.
The opinions of the P.UW.F are solely disclosed by the opinions of said people at Joe BNCO, D-Walk, and Alex Coquito by themselves. We do not own or we do not try to do anything purposely. This is all satire, but with intelligent conversations with uncensored thoughts. Yeah. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay.
Especially with me and that motherfucker down there too.
Yeah, and me sometimes when I get too drunk. Now, let's be real, Joe, and let's be real, D-Walk. Let's be real, honestly. Let's start off with D-Walk's purpose today. Not purpose, but topic.
No, that's crazy. I mean, like, why would you want to argue with a dude who broke 5-6 baseball bats? No, that's dumb. But to me,
yeah.
Honestly, like, they need to hire motherfuckers from outside, YouTubers and shit. Because if they would have never hired motherfuckers like that, Karrion Kross would probably be getting his time right now. Karrion Kross, he deserves it, bro. Like I said, his mic skills dope. He wrestled, they don't give him nothing. But then they want to hype Logan Paul up. I want to start seeing Karrion Kross do something, bro, because this bullshit.
There we go. That's not better for anything. What he's talking about, we have comments, but it's coming out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. My fault on that. Oh, Joe BNCL, thank you. I want 3 bit so okay.
I don't know. I tried to put my link tree in the copy.
What the fuck?
I got you. All right. What's Mr. D-Walk is talking about is as follows, and I quote: "It's been brought to my attention that somebody in WWE thinks that for some people who have put 20, thank you, that this is that his peers have a problem with his position in the company. He still doesn't get it. No one has a problem with his position. The problem is that for some people who have put 20, even 30 years in, they were told that there was a certain skill set they had to acquire. Putting time in was going to equate to having very particular opportunities. Those opportunities didn't seem to be available for those people now because they didn't build a brand outside the company. And for an extended period of time, no one was allowed to build a brand outside of a company. That's the issue. That's the problem. I'm going to stop right there before I continue. Joe,
There.
Do you want to elaborate on the time that we couldn't, as a society, build upon your own brands as a company? And also, before you start, wait, before you start, move a little bit to your right. There you go. Bam! Sexy face right there. There we go. And right, God damn it. Right.
Hey, man, quit lying to that man.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Yeah, don't be like Priest to D-Walk and tell him he's a good guy.
Yes.
You know, don't be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got the controversy with this whole thing is, I feel like part of it was sarcasm.
Yeah.
It's hard to read Karrion Kross. He's a very obscure person. He's very good at acting. I just don't provoke the guy.
Yeah.
He can literally kick your fucking ass. Like, guy broke baseball bats with his literally just using the leverage on his body. That's how strong.
Like 5-6 bats. 5-6 bats.
Yeah, he broke like 5 or 6 baseball bats together at one time with just using the leverage of his body. That's how strong he is.
Damn.
World's strongest men can't even really do that. That's why when he does blood sport events, and if you watch him, he destroys fucking people. The last guy he fought in blood sport was double his size and probably double his strength. And he destroyed him. He choked him out. If he would have held on any longer, he might have broke the guy's neck.
True. But the issue we have here is that what he's talking about in that paragraph I just said right there is the fact that for a time, if Karrion Kross would have came to WWE between the year 2016 to 2020, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He would not be called Karrion Kross. Yeah, he would not be called Karrion Kross. He would have been called something different, and his name would have been sold to them.
Yeah, during the latter years of the McMahon era, then yes, you're right. He would have been. The McMahon era was different than a lot of other eras. Vince wanted to own you. When you became his in the company, he wanted you to be your property. He wanted you to be his property. That's why a lot of people had their name changed. There was only a few wrestlers that wouldn't have their name changed. AJ Styles was one of them.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else was in there that wouldn't have their name changed. I know he's
Samoa Joe.
Keith Lee.
Samoa Joe is another one that would not have his name changed.
Adam Cole.
Yeah. Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly.
And they came in around those times. And that was weird. That was a weird loophole because they weren't technically hired by Vince McMahon. They were technically hired by Triple H through Vince McMahon.
Elijah Burke. What was it? The Alpha Male. Monty Brown.
Monty Brown didn't even last for a full cup of coffee. He lasted for like a goddamn sip.
Hey, he's still for another company. And moved over.
He went from TNA to WWE for a sip of coffee, and then he disappeared.
Yeah, it ain't his fault, man. Come on, man. It ain't his fault. Catering was good, man.
He works at the gas station now.
Yeah, but that's what he meant in that comment. I'm like, if Logan Paul would have came in at that time, if he was famous between 2016 and 2020, he wouldn't be called Logan Paul. He was famous for another reason, not for that reason. He was famous for doing some crazy ass shit in Japan around that time, which got him infamous. And
he's famous on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's famous on YouTube. Then he made himself more famous by doing boxing, and he got famous doing boxing. Then he got famous doing wrestling. Like it seems like everything he does, everything he touches, everything he does, and I know you're gonna hate this, but everything the man touches seems like it turns into money.
His brother boxed, not him.
Yes, he did. Logan Paul was the one that beat Floyd Mayweather.
No.
Sadly, because Floyd Mayweather was out of. But either way, we'll continue a little bit more.
It was a decision or some shit, a split decision or a decision. Yeah. But he's the one that boxed Floyd Mayweather and took him to the limit. Who's an undefeated championship boxer.
Take this off. And here's the point I want to say about that because it bothers me when that shit happens, obviously. But continuing on. This person who believes that everyone has a problem with him is not about him. Anyone could be him, and people would have a problem with that. If people were told when they were professional wrestling schools that they had to build a brand outside of the company in order to position themselves better, to have the opportunities that they could knock out of the park, that's exactly what they would have done. But no wrestlers do that, obviously. Professional wrestlers, in my opinion, have the strongest and greatest work ethic in the world, and it's somebody who would have told them that this is what they etc. do. That's what they would have done. Now, for some one of those people, it's too late. So I asked that person, "What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Are we just going to wipe out an entire group of performers that have been doing this in an extended amount of time because it is possible to catch up to that advantage?" Yes. You want to read the rest?
Sure.
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
Joe. Floyd Mayweather won that fight.
Oh,
by
damn.
decision. It went to the decision though. He
Yeah,
didn't knock him out.
A win is a win.
He didn't knock him out. Yeah, but he didn't knock him out. Yeah, but dude, that was his first boxing match.
Hey, you get into a fight. Do you expect a win is a win? I'm gonna win no matter what.
Yeah.
Do you expect a bum that's never boxed a match in his whole life to step in a ring with an undefeated pro boxer who retired world champion about a year or two prior to that, who still has plenty of gas left? He's still young.
Hey, you'd be surprised. I know
you have a nobody. You have a nobody in Logan Paul that's a YouTuber that took you to the limit.
I'll bring him.
Hey, you never know. I know homeless people that put hands on everybody that walk past them. You never know.
Speaking
That's
of walking
different
past
though.
them,
They're fighting for food. They're fighting for liquor and they're fighting for drugs. It's different.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Karrion, go.
Life is hard out here.
Last two paragraphs.
Last two paragraphs. From Karrion's perspective, he says, "Me personally, I'm actually learning from that person. That person being LP. Logan, Mr. Paul. I see how the business is responding to that person. I don't dislike that person. I think that person is great. Whatever. Which I've been on record to say." I like that person. I think they're very cunning. I think they do the things that I wish Sami Zayn would do, and then he'd be world champion. Period. I like that. I just don't think he still gets it, and I'm actually shocked that he's rattled in the way that he is, because he doesn't have to be. But here we are. I think you guys get it, though.
Yeah. So to
basically,
end this,
by the whole article, it seems like he's saying, I don't have a problem with Logan Paul, but Sami Zayn does.
Yeah. And most of the locker room, because and Logan Paul doesn't understand why. And he just basically broke it down like, you started this with media before you became a wrestler. You're a good wrestler.
Right,
I don't like to say that either. He's a good wrestler, but in the fact that no one's gonna like you because you push so much into a wrestling world that I'm a YouTuber. I'm just like, we don't give a fuck that you're a YouTuber, an aviator, a fucking vlogger, a TikToker. If you can wrestle, shut the fuck up.
No, can I be honest? Like that whole thing, that whole segment with him and John Cena and this whole shit he's been on, it does feel really disrespectful, and that's why I do feel like reading this post, like, it does feel genuine, because it's a good point. Like, you have wrestlers that did it, quote unquote, the right way, and then you have somebody who is saying he's self-made and built a brand for himself because he was a YouTuber before he was a wrestler. Like, how does that make you any better than someone who's put 20-30 years into the industry? That's what he's saying.
Like Sami Zayn.
And I respect the fuck out of Sami Zayn, by the way. Free Palestine. Anyway.
No. All right. Now, Joe, go.
Anyways, Logan Paul, I think it is disrespectful. I think he's pretty much shat on the business. It feels like he shat on the business a little bit, but he is talented. I will give him that. He is talented.
Okay.
I don't know who he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about Logan Paul. The guy is there, and he's a YouTuber. He's an outside celebrity that's in the wrestling world. I don't consider him a full-time wrestler. I don't consider him somebody who should be a world champion. I don't consider him somebody who should be a viable threat to anybody in the company.
Yeah.
But WWE makes him that way because it pisses people off, and he's a heel, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, they're selling it.
WWE is just taking the hatred that people have towards him, and they're just using it and magnetizing it and just throwing it out there to the world to reflect back and hurt them more.
I know. That's why, I genuinely don't even want to watch him when he's on the TV, because it's hating him is still putting money in his pocket.
And to say something about John Cena saying and promoting like boasting Logan Paul on Friday, it actually was a stroke of genius. That was true masterclass of heel work. As a person, John Cena, no one really considers you a wrestler because you only do 5 moves of doom, and you've done that for more than 2 decades. Fine, whatever. That's no one can dispute that about John Cena. He's a good worker. He's a hard endurance worker, sure, but he only does 5 or 6 moves. He tried 2 or 3 with the whole little jumping rope cutter thing, stunner thing, whatever. But ultimately, that's who he is. But to say to the crowd, "Oh, Logan Paul is the future of wrestling," that's him basically saying, ironically, not ironically, sarcastically, yeah, this guy is probably going to be the future of wrestling. Because guess what? If Kai Cenat, not even Kai Cenat, that I Show Speed guy, if he really got serious and trained for a year in wrestling, he would probably be the next big thing. Yet he has never done wrestling. Thank you, ESPN. But with that, I mean, I actually, D-Walk, what's your thoughts on Karrion Kross talking about Logan Paul? And do you think in the future, in the next 10 years, is there going to be an uptick in just TikTokers and YouTubers?
Shit, the way it's going, it's going to be a lot of YouTubers. Shit, it look like the way it's going, we keep doing what we doing, we going to be a world champion and tag team champions. Shit. But I mean, that YouTube nation is going on. It's fucking it up for what real wrestling is. It's fucking up for people who actually wrestle, and it take a YouTuber to come out of nowhere and fucking already be a U.S. champion or be a champion.
Yeah. Look, I never liked Logan Paul. I would never like Logan Paul as a character. It's basically, and by the way, as much as I have to say this, Hulk Hogan is the GOAT of wrestling because he's only ever been pinned 14 times. I just found that out. In his whole career in life, he's only ever been pinned 14 times.
Pretty impressive if you count since you got to count Japan and Mexico and stuff like that too that he's wrestled in.
Yeah, someone did a statistic all around. Not even in Puerto. He only lost once in Puerto Rico. Once, because they're if you win, they're gonna murder you. He's like, okay, hello, that's it. Bob, that was the smartest decision he ever took in his life. But Hulk Hogan as a person, he's more vile than a raccoon doing things to a cactus. Sorry, that's just how it is. And I'm being nice. But with Logan Paul, he's a good wrestler. He's learning things on the fly. He's very adaptive. As a moral character, he's dog shit. And he needs to understand that because of his own ego, he becomes hubris. And because of his own hubris, he might slip up on. And again, we're not even talking about the crypto stuff. We're not even delving into that shit. And that's still ongoing right now. So we don't know how long he'll be in the wrestling company until either he gets acquitted of the charges, B, he gets charged, or C, Triple H is I don't really need you anymore. You gave me Kai Cenat, I Show Speed, and everyone else of your friends. So we don't really need you anymore. Which will be sad.
Deuces, bitch.
Yeah. But with that was that part of the topic. Let's go to the second topic right here. Let's it's actually my turn. Let's go.
Hey, you remember I gave this segment, what I call it? The segment I call it was the snitch, the bitch, and the
witch.
The motherfucking transitional champ.
Yeah, and speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, we have exclusive audio from who was the person that made this song too? From Edge's band, and I want to give thanks for them for taking the time out of their day to
Alter Bridge.
You know what? Kiss my ass, Joe. Here we go.
Understands, I see clearly that this bitch is the no championship. 5 years in the company, and this is her first title. This bitch sucks so damn much. people sucking on our boobs.